Hello, Random Ross. So, as part of Monster Week, if you've seen the Monster Files earlier today, Captain Skullhead was talking about monsters. So, today, we're gonna do my top 10 vampire movies. So, let's get underway. So, at number 10, it is Dracula. Dead and Loving It. Starring Leslie Nielsen and Mel Brooke. It's a spoof of Bram Stoker's Dracula, and yeah, it's funny. I mean, when I first saw it as a little kid, I thought it was scary. But then learned it was funny. So it's just a whole parody of Dracula, because Leslie Nielsen is like the king of spoof anyway. So that's why he's that, and it is a vampire film because, Dracula's still a vampire and stuff, and it's just taking the piss. Okay, so at number 9 it is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original film. Before Sarah Michelle Gellar starred in the TV series, it starred another actress. So before it was a series, it was a vampire comedy horror starring Kirsty Swan and Donald Sutherland. It also featured David Arquette, and it also had a young Hilary Swank in it. It was like, it is a prequel to the TV series, because in the first ever episode of the TV show, she's already the vampire slayer and the chosen one. It's got Donald Sutherland in it as not Rupert Giles, but the man before him. So yes, that's my number 9 pick. At number 8, number 8 is Underworld. The original Underworld film, starring Kate Beckinsale, Michael Sheen, and Bill Nighy. Action-packed and gory and stuff. It takes place centuries after a war between the vampires and the Lycans started. In fact, in my top 10 werewolf movie list, this was featured. The third one was, and I consider Underworld to be like both a vampire and a werewolf movie. So next, it is going classic now. At number 7 is Once Bitten. Once Bitten, a vampire comedy horror, starring a very young Jim Carrey. Excuse me a minute, this is the bloody wrong one. Come on. Time. Sorry about that, just had a bit of a balls up there. Anyway, Once Bitten, starring a young Jim Carrey in his first lead role. It is funny and it is enjoyable. It's got a serious plot to it and stuff, so I'd say it's black comedy horror, but all in all, it is a good vampire movie. At number 6, it is Lesbian Vampire Killers. Now, this was meant to be a direct-to-DVD B movie, but it's considered a cult hit now. Starring Matthew Horn and James Corden, and from Gavin and Stacey, and Paul McGann as a priest, Doctor Who. But I loved that film. I watched it every day for a year. I did, seriously, in 2009 when it came out on DVD. I mean, it was in cinemas, but I bought it later that year on DVD. But yes, 6 years, and I still think it's a good, film. So yes, next, my number 5 pick is Dracula, 1931. Now, Dracula was the first ever horror movie with sound. It was still black and white, but it was given sound by Universal Studios, starring Bela Lugosi as Dracula. He invented the modern day Dracula, how everyone looks at Dracula. A Hungarian actor with a strong voice. He did a great job though as Dracula, and I think the film is immortal. And it's a shame that Bela Lugosi was typecast and stuff. In fact, in the end, he literally thought he was Dracula. He did. Which was quite sad. In the end, he died, and he was buried in his Dracula costume. He even had his own house built as Dracula's castle. He did, and now Johnny Depp lives in it. That's a fact. Look it up if you don't believe me. Okay, number 4. It is Interview with the Vampire, based on the best-selling books from Anne Rice as part of the Vampire Chronicles series. I don't know if the film adaptations are in any way connected to if it's connected to any of the films like Queen of the Damned and stuff. It's still a good vampire movie. It stars Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, and it also has a very young Kirsten Dunst in it as a little vampire. And again, this is another Anne Rice adaptation, Queen of the Damned, 2002, a good movie. Anne Rice, I like her take on the whole vampire genre. How her vampires are simple, yet they are weakened by sunlight and stuff. Except for the Queen vampire and stuff. But still, it is a good movie, and I enjoy it. So I'd recommend that one. Next, at number 2, we're getting close to the end now. Number 2, it is Van Helsing, starring Hugh Jackman as the monster hunter Van Helsing. Now, this has many different monsters in it. It's got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's got the Wolfman, Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster, and even Igor. But the main villain in it is Count Dracula. Count Dracula, wanting to use the monster's life force and the lightning to, awaken his dead children. Dracula, because he makes children, but seeing as they're dead, they are born dead, and he must awaken them so he can rain havoc all over not just Transylvania but the entire world. Okay, so before I give out my number 1 pick, I want to give out some honourable mentions to some vampire movies that didn't make it into my top 10 list. To be honest, I am more of a werewolf person, so that's why this list was a bit tricky for me, but I do like vampires as well as werewolves. Let's just get the honourable mentions done. So, they are Dracula, Prince of Darkness. In fact, all the Dracula and vampire films from the Hammer House of Horror. Also, Suckers or something. Alice Cooper, Iggy Pop. I think that was a direct-to-DVD film. Nosferatu. Can't forget that one. God, I can't hardly think of any. There's that many, and Shadow of the Vampire. There's just loads and stuff that I haven't seen that I'm meaning to see. Anyway, let's just get to my number 1 pick. Number 1, another honourable mention, Dracula 2000, starring Gerard Butler and Johnny Lee Miller. Okay, now my number 1 pick. Number 1 is Bram Stoker's Dracula, 1992, starring Gary Oldman, Anthony Hopkins, with a supporting cast including Keanu Reeves and many other big names. 1992 classic film. It's based on Bram Stoker's novel down to probably the last detail, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. I've seen it quite a lot of times, and I think Gary Oldman does a good performance as as the Prince of Darkness. So, yes, Dracula. So, yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Let me know what you think of these films. Like I said, I'm not 100% vampire fan, but, Oh, and one dishonourable mention to the Twilight series. Anyway, let me know what your top 10 favourite vampire movies are in the description below. And also, if you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to share, then please feel free to share. And also, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you after this one. So, yeah, also I'm on social media, Facebook and Twitter. I'll put links to my Facebook page and my Twitter down below. Check them out, like and follow me to stay updated on YouTube and what I get up to outside of YouTube. So, till next time, goodbye friends. Vampires, the second they see sunlight, they've got to be like, oh, sunlight, gotta get away! Big undead babies. Vampires suck!